Are you guys expecting to be able to be heard on YouTube?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live on YouTube. They can. Are you guys expecting to be able to be heard on YouTube?
Hello? Oh, hell yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
you're live. So, and I'm live too now. I've crashed your stream. They can.
Oh, hell yeah. We
Are
got
you
4
guys
people watching.
expecting
What's
to
up?
be able to be heard on YouTube?
Looney Dan.
Isaac's here. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
go.
you're live. So, and I'm live too now. I've crashed your stream. They can.
Boys, this is my show now. Hey, fellas, we're not going to worry about Tinyhammer today. We're just going to talk about parsley. We're going to talk about the usages of parsley, the growing of parsley, all that kind of good stuff.
Hilarious.
This is sick. This is cool.
Oh, I reckon that's
Sage wisdom about
headphones
parsley.
there.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
La 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 la.
Are you going to Scarborough Fair?
I reckon that's got it. I can see headphone mic on my thing now, and I can actually see that it looks like it's really loud.
I like that one bit from Futurama where there's like the Simon and Garfunkel robots or whatever, and they're like parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Alright, can anyone hear me yet? Or have I still not fixed it? Help me out, chat. Can you hear me, Matus? Matt equals audible.
Yeah.
Not offering
You are
Audible subscriptions, unfortunately. You'll need to go to probably Amazon Prime to do that. But don't, because
Twitch is a subsidiary of Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Chuck me, boys, give me a fucking, give me a Twitch Primes.
I was just about to trash Amazon, but if you're Sean with
No.
big Amazon over here,
Yeah, big
quiet
A.
Matt, someone says. All right.
Might want to bump up your
Well,
gain
it
on your
looked like
microphone.
it was going to be too loud, Matt. So, hold on. Maybe that's better, Matt. Is that better, Val? Is this the volume that you want your Matt at, everyone? You need to be louder, Matt. Everyone's just yelling at me. See, everyone's saying that I need to be louder, and I'm going to tweak one setting, and I'm going to break everyone's headphones. And then we're going to lose all of our 14 concurrent viewers. Hi, chat. How y'all doing? Matt needs to speak up. All right. Well,
The real question is how tiny.
You're asking for a louder Matt. I'm upping my input. I hope that hasn't hurt anyone's ears. How's that? If I say that ogres are the best, it's the same. Everything louder than everything else. Can anyone still hear the audio? Is there any audio? Is there still music going? Because I apparently have music on this source also.
No, I can't hear any music.
Still pretty quiet compared to Sean. You're still a bit quiet, Matt. Maybe Sean's just louder than me. Maybe he just has a louder personality. I'm gonna go into my settings.
I got a pretty good microphone.
Alright, let's increase mic settings. Crank it to 88. There we go.
I like my microphone because it's like it's an R0DE.NT, so it's just a rodent.
Oh, I found where the intro music setting is. So I'm gonna turn that up. Can I hear it through my head? No, I can't hear it through my head. So it just got probably louder for 5 seconds there for everyone. But I think that should be okay. If I go back to here, no music, put it up to 11, 0 music. Yes, yes, quiet, but
What if
yes,
I-
music. Matt is frozen. I'm not frozen. Thank
Oh my
you
God.
very much. I hope
I think
not.
I'm frozen too.
Oh, I hope I'm not frozen. My internet is pretty bad. Sean's mic is smooth.
Yeah, baby. I'm smooth like the smooth taste of Camel cigarettes.
Frozen Matt.
30
Second frozen
little
Matt.
cylinders of flavor in every
That
pack.
music was on stream. Alright, well... what do we think, chat? Can you hear Sean? Can you hear me? Can you hear enough to, can you hear enough for, another Beasts Gaming shitty list review show? As is tradition. No one. There's like a 10-second delay on chat. Yeah. Mad. Alright.
Yeah, you gotta
good?
give him a little bit.
Minimum. That's cool. That's cool.
So, whose army's actually done? Because I've just spent like the last 3 days painting.
That's one thing I've loved about being on the admin side is not having to speed paint an army before this event. It's a nice change for me.
I stupidly speed paint to single miniature standard my whole bloody army. And I foolishly I'm running like 26 models, I think. Which I think's a lot. There we go. Yep, cool. We got moving images now on the screen. So
Oh, that's good.
I think we're good. I think
Was
we're
I
good.
actually frozen that whole time?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
more or less.
Ruh-oh. I wonder if my audio.
Give us your best Scooby-Doo laugh.
Still have a whole unit to do.
Oh, I just saw your desktop. Everyone screen cap that. Look at his shortcuts.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Oh no. What can you see of mine? What did I go do?
I mean, it's not there anymore. It was like
Oh.
a quarter of a second.
Oh.
Juliet, mine's done. I want to see that Gargan in person. It's looking good.
I love
Based
the
on the
axe in the
photos
back,
I've seen.
It's very cool. Dry brush most of my army. Give you the contrast. Yeah, Martin, didn't you like order?
Did you buy that army last week?
Yeah, like, I saw several of your things got shipped the other day.
Got a shade tonight, but it's ghost, so not bad.
Very cool.
Oh, no big deal. That's what that means. I'm a boomer. Nubbed.
Knob. So no knobs. No knobs. No knobs. Well, look. Speaking of no knobs, shall we get this nubby show on the road?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go. So yeah, we can. Yep, I can see that screen there. So if I click on this next screen, do I still have music playing? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't care. If there is music playing and it's annoying,
No,
you
no, leave
let
it on
me
the.
know.
It's quiet. We're louder than the music.
Yeah. If the music is fine, let me know. If the music is annoying, also let me know.
Camille, you're
Nah.
done? Hell yeah.
Well,
I saw that display board too.
welcome everybody to the Tinyhammer 2022 list review show with Matus and Sean.
Hello.
We're just going to chat to you for a while and go through the most highly competitive meta combo strats that you could imagine and how they will all interact on the tabletop. Is that what we're going to do, Sean?
Well, I'll give it a red hot. I'll give
Yep.
it a red hot.
Is it probably more likely it's just going to talk a whole lot of shit and give people
Yeah,
armies cool
that-
ratings?
That is almost guaranteed.
Yeah, we can do that. That we can definitely do.
I'll give it a red
I
hot.
can, I can promise that. I can't promise strategical advice. I can like if you follow my advice, you will probably not do well. So
If you follow our advice, you will be playing Warhammer Age of Sigmar on the weekend.
yes,
I can guarantee that.
step one, make sure that you come to Canberra on this weekend, and the rest should be fine. And then find the venue in
Yeah.
Ainsley. It's next to an oval. You'll be fine. Find an oval. There is a chance that the venue will be next to the oval. Please roast my list. Yes. I will roast that list. Right, well, I'm going to click a button, and our first lists are going to pop up. Oh, no, they're not. We're going to get this order symbol. So break these down into the typical Grand Alliances, so we can all go through and roast or toast them in good order.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. And up first. Oh, because my audio is delayed as well, so that's fine. So up first we have Marcus Haynes, who's running some Caradron Overlords. Marcus is one of our lovely beasts traveling all the way up from Melbourne, making an epic detour past Bendigo to pick up some cool supplies from miniature scenery. So they're picking up our the masses haven't seen those yet. Actually, they'll be really cool. Some table borders to go around the outside of our games. They'll be really cool, as well as some prizes, which are cool. So thanks.
Those table borders are super cool.
They're really cool.
I'm keen to get my hands on them.
Yeah, they're rumor has it that 2 of them will be prizes at Tinyhammer. Yeah.
So just get good.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
You can win.
Yeah. So list at hand, Marcus. He's got some cool background, which I don't think is on this one. Maybe he just told me about it. That this is a Caradron frigate that got shot down, and the where are they? The gun haulers were flying as the escort craft.
Yeah, cool.
So the Navigator and the Thunderers were the crew of the frigate that's now crashed, and they're like hoofing it back to town.
I can imagine the Sky Wardens like floating alongside and drilling here and drilling there and slapping a, I don't know, bit of liquid green stuff over this little dent or something like that. That'd be all right. What did I look at in this list? Oh yeah, Barak Urbaz. Everyone's gonna be like loaded with ether gold.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Having effectively triumphs on every single one of your units.
Yeah, like basically whenever you want them.
That's pretty
Gun hoilers. Gun haulers will be very annoying to deal with. Yeah, I mean like a small board, they can fly high.
You can catch them though.
I mean, well, like the what is it? The cyclonic aether meter means like basically on a 2-up, you're reducing movement on a unit. And there's not many units on the board with a lot of these lists. So if you can stop a thing from moving quite reliably, that's almost a quarter of the board. That's yours to play with.
I like it. I'd actually quite like to see these 2 lists come up against each other. So opposite Marcus, we've got Jonathan Lowe, who's got 2 units of Ripidactyl Riders. One's reinforced, one is not. And so they're going to fly around and jewel some gun haulers out of the sky. That'd be really cool.
I love that everything in this list is little.
Yeah, it is.
There's no Saurus.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no Croxagores. Everyone's just a little lizard, just a little baby lizard.
That is on theme here from Jonathan Lowe. Well done.
And thanks to Sotek, make those skinks scuttle real fast and shoot and fade and do all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it a lot. Slightly more of a bid for that triumph at 730. Giving away 20 precious points when you've only got 750 might seem like a lot, but
that's a cheeky burning head.
Yeah. Oh god, I love burning heads so much. Shout
yeah, but what about Age of Sigma
though? Head. Cool. All right. Well, that's these 2 lovely lists.
Oh, hang on. We gotta give these a rating. We gotta give these a rating.
Oh, of course. Yep.
All right.
I'm caught out by the fact that we were apparently actually live for 2 hours, and everyone could just hear us chatting and whatever necessities were happening in the background of my house. Or not even my house, because my mic wasn't on.
You just probably had my cats meowing for their dinner.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, Marcus. Marcus's list. I think it gets a strong. It gets a strong 7 out of 10. Lightning in the bottles.
Yeah, that's good. That's a lot of lightning and a lot of bottles. For
7
Jonathan,
lightnings in 1 bottle.
I'm going to give Jonathan, because everything's small, and I like that, and I think that's cool, I'm going to give him a good, solid 4 out of 5 blot toads.
Oh, yeah, you get the double toads, double blot toads.
That'll work really well, actually.
Hell
Having
yeah.
2 units on there, that's cool. Alright, next up, we've got Chris Wilson.
Yes.
Rocking some Stormcast Eternals of Hallowed Knights. Only the faithful.
Man of culture.
Led by Gardas, the man. That's cool. He's just gonna roll around and beat things into a bloody mist. Got a Lord Arcanum with a whole lot of stuff on it. I bet that does lots of stuff. 2 units of 5 Liberators. Roll around and beat you up. We got the Fire Striders in there. That's cool.
Yeah, I quite like this list. It's similar in its composition to sort of what I'm rolling around with, so I respect that. 2 heroes. No, 2 heroes. 2 heroes. Samson isn't a hero. And
yeah, good point.
the big one there is the Call for Aid Holy Command. Because basically, when one of those unit of 5 Liberators dies, you just go, oi, get back up, and you just get another one. You just get another unit of 5 Libs.
I like that.
So pretty cool. Yeah, it's almost, I don't know. Someone do the math. I can't do. Numbers startle and scare me, but I want to say like a third of your army. Just back on the board.
Big numbers.
Once per game for free.
Very cool. Alright, opposite Chris, we've got Brant Sirs with Army of the Southern Marches. So this is a cool force. They've been cruising their way from competitive tournament to competitive tournament since like CanCon started running Age of Sigmar events, and now they've found their way here to the humble 750 point proving grounds that is Tinyhammer. Brant is rocking a
unbelievably well painted army, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, most
for one. I'm probably expecting all of these. Like every unit's got a name, every hero's got a name, and I'm pretty sure these names will be like embossed on the base rims of these heroes at least.
That'll look nice.
So you'll know who's killing you across the other end of the board.
That's the important part. So we got a general, a free guild general who is in fact the general. I like that. Veteran of the Blazing Crusade with Ignite Weapons. I don't know what that does, but it sounds cool.
I mean, well, Ignite Weapons gives you extra damage on your swingy sword, so that's a reliable 2 damage at least.
Cool.
I think it's like D3 damage for the free guild general weapon, plus an extra one.
Sean, have you been doing research on all these things?
I don't know.
So
maybe.
I'm feeling very outclassed here at the moment.
Veteran of the Blazing.
Start making shit up.
Veteran of the Blazing Crusade means that units within 18 don't need to take battle shot, which is big for free guild, especially like that enormous blob of free guild guard.
Oh,
like big blob, but just 20 dudes.
Killy McGee. I don't know. Is that the same Sienna from Vermintide?
I don't know. Maybe.
Brent, if you're in the chat, can you let us know? Because that'd be really cool. If it's not, that's cool as well. Very sweet.
I mean, well, look, Sienna is a sorceress with roaming wildfire, so I'm assuming it's like a bright wizard.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, sweet. I like the Demigryph Knights in there. I think that'll be cool. That's like going hard in some heavy cavalry, but not like Drakesworn Knight hard, which I like.
This is
Pistoliers, they're cool as well. And roll around in a little unit of 5. 105 points for a unit of 5 skirmishers.
That's pretty cool.
With some little Dak guns. That's cool.
This is a very like Tinyhammer list, you know.
Yeah,
it's got everything. It's got a big blob of foot dudes. It's got some shooting dudes. It's got light skirmish cav. It's got some heavy cav. It's got a hero, and it's got a wizard.
I think the only thing it's missing is that monster. And as we are still playing in Thondia, you can
just cast a spell.
Yeah,
make yourself a monster.
Sienna can turn into a giant flaming monster. That'd be cool. All right, what are we gonna rate here, Sean?
Ooh,
I'm gonna give Brent. So I agree with your sentiment there. That I think it's a really nice Tinyhammer list. It's got a little bit of everything. I'm gonna give it 11 out of 15 fireballs.
I'm giving it 10 out of 10 goblin green bases. This army composition makes me think about like old White Dwarf battle reports.
Yeah, I get that. I'm pretty excited to see Wilso's on the board. He sent me some pictures of some things just before. I believe he's playing a game as we currently speak, getting some practicing with it, which is good. So hopefully that goes well for him. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Only the faithfuls.
I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 9. I don't know. AOS 1 Halos.
Yeah,
because you're using like just all classic dudes, with the exception of Gardas, who's pretty recent. Vintage Age of Sigmar is such a thing. If such a thing exists, this is that.
All right, bring us on to trees. We have Camille Faye and Jim Tink, both running Sylvaneth. Camille's got some lore here.
While no longer within Gyron, Sylvaneth can no longer feel the comfort of their mother's song, leading to madness and despair.
Ooh.
It is... Hang on, let me maximize this so I can actually read it properly. Kalimiel. It is Kalimiel, the beacon, who has been bloomed by the Ever-Queen to collect her lost children and lead them home, so they can once again be reunited with what was once but echoes.
Ooh, I got chills. There.
First bit of lore. I'm happy to see it.
Yeah. And Warsong Revenant, bam, 275 points on the dot. That's awesome.
Throwing around a lot of spells.
Yeah.
Basically, like
summon some friends.
Well, like I think just with this army sort of composition, it's very like magic dominant. Because what have you got? Like three casts a turn. Warsong Revenant is going to be rolling
3 spells, choosing the 2 highest.
Yep.
They're getting bonuses to that if they're inside some wildwoods as well, which is pretty cool.
Yep, get another bonus.
Also summon.
And the what's the spell? The spell. No, I wasn't even thinking about that. The thing was the Warsong spell that they've taken. What is it? Let me zoom in. Oh no, just on the War Scroll by default does like a bunch of like mortal wound attacks, but based on your casting roll, and being able to roll 3 dice, pick the 2 best ones, and get bonuses. If you're near the trees, you're going to be rolling as many dice as you want, more or less, doing mortal wounds.
A whole lot of Blood Reavers the other day. That was cool. While the Glade Worm just like chomped across a couple as well. Mad, and that's all bundled up nicely in a Vanguard battalion. For
model light, very model light.
Yeah.
I mean, not to ignoring the dryads on the sideboard that'll get summoned in.
That's it. I think this army starts really small, but it immediately doubles in model count on the first turn.
And I guess that's not bad because you need, like, one of the big things with both Jim and Camille is, and anyone playing Sylvaneth really, but specifically talking to these two, is just finding room for those wildwoods on the small Tinyhammer board has been a bit of a tricky issue.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of tech in there as to do you go big tree or do you go small tree?
Lilu.
So over to Jim here. 5 points more than Camille, taking Winterleaf with the Sever the Head grand strategy. You go sever some heads. That's cool. Arch Revenant leading the charge there, squeezing in that branch wraith as well.
Again, summoning sideboard of spindly dryads. What else we got in here? Gossamer Archers. I'm keen to see these guys.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm super excited to see them fly across the board, get charged, and then fly away.
It's quite interesting looking at these two armies sort of side by side. Just with like how you can sort of expect them to work on the board, just with how Winterleaf plus your Kurnoths and your Gossamer Archers, you're just trying to roll as many dice as you can and
I feel like
get exploding sixes
Jim looks
into
pretty
everything.
And,
Yes.
if you know anything about Jim, he's a very offensive man. He's not at all.
I think this is very much like your martial wing of a Sylvaneth army, whereas Camille's is very much more like the court wizard and attendants in a way. I can very much see these two forces being from the same army overall.
You like in a doubles game, these two together would be really cool, I reckon. Well, I'm gonna give Camille 4 out of 5 magical tree branches.
I'm gonna give Camille's 2 out of 3 dropping the lowest result acorns.
That's the big bid there. Jim's gonna collect for me. He's gonna get 1 out of 1 burning heads.
I was gonna say 1 out of 1 angry faces. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. We're on the same wavelength. Both of these armies, or both of these hobbyists, just very good painters. I mean, it's
they're
more
both
good
look
painters
great.
in there.
I like that they're both taking the opportunity to throw an endless spell in there just because they're fucking cool. Very nice.
Hell yeah.
All right, moving on. We got this Sean Burke fellow, but let's look at Glenn Egerton's first. Only the faithful, some more Hallowed Knights in there with Signs of the Storm, so they're gonna drop down where they want to be, chopping things up.
And again, that call for aid.
Oh,
just
it's so good, isn't it?
Bring back, one of those unit of 5 vanquishes, or the vigil, literally anything in the army outside of the boss and the chariot just gets to come back.
That's very cool. Bringing those vigilers back would be sweet as well.
And again, quite a cool like Tinyhammer or like classic Warhammer army. You get a hero who is both a wizard and a priest. Shooty unit, stabby unit, and a big thing. So like your chariot. So nice. I think it's quite classic. And I love that the Knight Relictor is both a wizard and a priest.
That's cool. And I'm pretty sure the Knight Relictor has like a nice big book on there.
On their hip.
Yeah, for sure. So WYSIWYG Arcane Tome, I like it. Nice, that's cool. Bang on 750 points.
And a lot of that army is going to ignore spells. I mean, like if they're positioned close enough. They're small units, so it's not too tricky, I think. They are on 40 mil bases, but play your cards right, and you'll be shrugging any spell on like a 4-up, I think.
All right, well, Sean, do you want to tell us what your army does?
Sure. It's best. We'll see. I'll finish painting it soon. The noble warriors of the Clystinian Hound Stormcast Eternals strike out from Bitterwind Keep, their indomitable mountaintop fortress, to protect the emerging village of Caithadern. Veterans of the Axian Holy Tempest campaign, the Clystinian Hounds wield heaven-wrought weapons, glowing with the divine power of the God King himself. They're a torch in the darkness, driving out the horrors of the Blighted Realms and sacrificing themselves on the altar of war to reclaim what was once lost.
Heck yeah.
So, my army is built around dying. So I'm also running Hallowed Knights, but as a Stormkeep instead of a Scion of the Storm. I've got a couple of pretty much everything in the army is a Redeemer unit. So both the Liberator units and the Vanquisher unit are all Redeemers. So essentially, if you try and charge one of my Redeemers when they're on an objective, there's a chance they'll do damage to you. When you kill them, they fight you on a 4-up, and when they die, they're also Stormcast, so they get hit with lightning and explode.
Yours blow up extra good though, right?
Mine blow up extra good because I've gone for the final Thunderstrike Holy Command. I was thinking about Call for Aid. I genuinely was thinking about the Call for Aid Holy Command just to bring back one of my units. But I thought, I'll just spec into one thing, which is dying. So I can once per game get a +1 to my Stormcast Explode roll.
That's cool. So
hopefully, if you rush in and try and kill my Vanquishes, you wipe them all out in one turn, and then I just roll a billion dice and kill you at the same time. I'm also taking some Iron Drakes, the Cathedern Fire Pikes.
Yeah, cool.
Which I think will be kind of interesting because again, I wanted that Tinyhammer feel. I wanted a unit that could shoot in there, and I've just
all phases of the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I wanted an excuse to convert up some Sisters of Silence for my Age of Sigmar army. So this is one of them with a cool big pike that shoots flames at you. There you go. Work in progress. You'll see them on the day. And they're not bad. They're not bad. Small board, so they don't really need to move around too much. They got an okay range, but as long as they don't move, they just get double attacks. So they can hit all right, I reckon. So we'll see how they go.
Very cool. Well, looking at Glenn over here, I'm going to give him a solid 4 out of 5 chariot wheels because I think that chariot's really cool.
I want to see where that 5th chariot wheel goes.
Me too. It's the spare. You got to have a spare chariot wheel on the boot.
Look, I love it. I think it's cool. I'll give it.
Sean, do you get to rate your own list?
I give Glenn. Chat can rate my list.
Chat can rate Sean's list. Let's see your best results, everyone.
Glenn's list gets 15 out of 17 Vanquishes. That's what his list is.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Vanquishes. Redeemers.
I like that. All right, and chat, as you post cool ratings for Sean's list, we'll read them out. All right, moving on, we've got some more trees, this time commanded by Isaac Jockle. Sever the heads, which can go to chop up your favorite toys. Another Warsong Revenant, squeezing these big things. I saw Isaac's list and I laughed. Whoa, nope, I'm clicking things. I tried to click and highlight. I laughed at how few models he has, which is very on brand for Isaac, which I think is cool.
I feel like it's same as Camille's list, maybe in terms of model count. I think it's identical, except the spell portal's been swapped out.
That's
for the Glade one.
That's the only change there. I'm really interested to see how many spells can be thrown out through that spell portal. I think on a small Tinyhammer board. I think you can wreak absolute havoc with that.
Lots. So yeah, I think the sub-faction that Isaac's running based on their artifacts gives extra range on spells.
Did they list a sub-faction on here?
They haven't, but I did. I did do. Spirit Song Stave is meant to be a new general. I mean, okay, fair enough. So, essentially, I think there's 4 casts a turn in that list. Branch Wraith with the Throne of Vines just for the extra 2 cast with extra range and with Spell Portal. So anywhere on the board can basically be affected by a spell. It also makes being wholly within a lot easier because I think you just get an extra 6 inches on the spell because of the artifact or because of the sub-faction. I can't remember. Oh, you're 0 sub-faction. There you go. You're sub-factionless. Trees out in the wilderness.
That's cool. I like that. That's cool. Moving across to Martin. Martin, can you give us one really cool fact about your army without giving away all the good tricks? It's got a high gladiatrix in there. I thought,
only 90 points, cool.
Yeah, they're cheap. They're cheap and stabby. That's cool. And a Hag Queen on Cauldron of Blood, 270. Oh, getting so close to that limit there.
It's a wizard and it's a priest and it's a big cauldron
and it's angry.
It's got Mind Razor. We've got a huge Bobber Elf.
10 witches. Heart of Fury. It's not a spell. It's a
Invocation.
That's the one, thank you. All wrapped up in a battle regiment, which I'm assuming everyone has read the players pack on how Battle Regiment works this time. Hoping. In the chat.
Which elves go brr.
Yep. All right, there you go. You heard it from the man himself. Which elves go brr. Sweet.
Yeah, a billion rend on whichever witch elf unit, probably the big one. But yeah, a billion rend. They'll just slice through you, and fingers crossed, they don't die as well. But as long as they get to fight you first, they'll be happy days.
Very cool. So Isaac over here, I'm gonna give him 9 out of 10 mirrors, hands shaking themselves through a mirror. 9 out of 10.
Yep.
Portal handshakes.
Yep. I concur with that, Martin.
I love the spell portal. I want to see it go nuts and be awesome because it never does in my lists.
Martin, your list gets 99 out of 100 pieces of cane. Except the last one. We don't know where that one is. Don't ask Marathi. She doesn't know.
Yep. Yeah, good. Don't ask too many questions.
That's going to be a scary list to play against, I think.
Martin, you're getting 39 out of 40 sacrificial knives for me, because one of those witch elf units has to be holding a dagger. So there's 39 knives there. That's my justification. Alright, moving on. Cool, we got Fish and Stormcast. Over to Joel first. Our only Idonist player in Tinyhammer. They're very excited though, which is cool. A Kaelin King, 250 points. All these massive characters. I'm really interested to see if the quality versus quantity, where that kind of bell curve sits over the 10 games for this event. I think it's going to be really telling. Like, losing 250 points of your army to a lucky spell shot through a spell portal. On the flip side, though, that a Kaelin King just wrecking through someone's battle line in the right circumstances, I think it's going to be really cool.
Flaming Weapon will definitely help with that as
yeah,
well.
Yeah. You've got the reach, you've got the spell, you've got the pissed off deep mare that you're riding. Morsar Guard.
As well as the ability to like retreat and charge or shoot and charge, I think. I mean, you got your Tides of Death, but Iron Rack gets to sort of, I think it's a heroic action. Pick between retreat and charge or run and shoot.
Oh, I'm not super.
I think. Well, I think the retreat and charge is going to be a bit better.
I haven't with their new stuff yet. But yeah, cool. Got
to get Warhammer Geelong on the line. They'll know.
Yeah.
They'll know what to do.
Yeah, Elliot says he's not going to be in the chat tonight because he has important adulting to do. But if everyone leaves him a hello in the chat, everyone say hi Elliot in the chat, and he'll see it when he watches this later. And that'll be nice. So we got 10 more, three more Sargard, 10 Thralls backing that up, with the Shark. I think like you've got to throw an Alapex in a Tinyhammer list. I think it's perfect. It fills that monster role without just sapping up all your points.
I think that having the Gloomtide Shipwreck, if you use both halves of it on a small board like the Tinyhammer board, is going to be quite a lot scarier than it normally would just appear on paper in a way, because
unless you're Nighthaunt and you just don't give a shit.
Yeah. But having a lot more control of the board, plus your eels and your king and your shark can fly. Like most things can just fly.
There's a lot of maneuverability in there. Even like having your thralls camped out inside the shipwreck as well and garrisoned. Pop out when and where you need it to do what they want to do is pretty cool. You can keep it nice and safe in there to start with.
Yeah, very techy, very techy.
That's it. Yeah. Insert cool but not edgelordy lore here. Something hunting for something, says Alistair Catterall. We have a not so edgy, though he is from Ulgu, Stormcast Eternal Army, led by a Knight Judicator. That's cool, I like that. That's sick, actually.
Whoa, this is a tight list. Really 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 models. 10 models.
Thunderbolt Volley is gonna up that shooting output quite nicely. There's Annihilators gonna punch things. Yeah,
Annihilators
interesting. So
smashing down.
You've got like a really trimmed down shoot cast list, kind of subbing in a Knight Judicator for long strike crossbows instead. That's quite cool. Annihilators punch. Lord Elector can translocate the Vigilors.
Whatever it needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Boo. Are you meant to put terrain down on the list and see it drop down to add no holes? Nah, like if it's a part of your allegiance ability, I assume that it's assumed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Some people put it in notes. Some people didn't put it in notes. It's fine. Some people actively don't take scenery as part of their list, because like it'll get in the way of their deployment and things like that. Alistair says his list is tiny.
This is the tiniest hammer I think I've seen today.
That's it.
I love it. This is cool.
There will be awards for the tiniest of hammers, so that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, those Annihilators are going to tear up. It's very scary.
That is a
very
neat,
scary.
tidy little storm. I feel like every Stormcast model in that army will feel like a Stormcast Eternal should on the battlefield. That's pretty cool. And I'm excited for the Gryph-hounds to run around and do cool Gryph-hound things. So that's
Gryph-hounds are so cute.
Get a little Gryph-hound.
So cute.
Can we get a shout in the chat for the awesome artwork done up for Tinyhammer by by Tim. Looks fantastic. You can see the link to their social media pages and stuff on the Tinyhammer Facebook event. They did that one up for us. It looks super cool. Little pot grot, boiling, not boiling, cooking, shampooing, your choice.
Nah, he's washing him. He's loving it.
Wash. Very cool.
Joel, you get like -10 out of 100 degrees because I don't know. I think about Ideneth and I just think cold, clammy, wet, gross. Ugh.
I think like warm tropical fish, like yeah, like warm, nice fish tank. Joel, for me, you're getting 989 little bubbles coming out of a little treasure chest in the fish tank. And Alistair, for me, you're getting 3 great big thunderbolt volleys out of 3 to the heart.
Yep. No, Alistair, you just get 1 gigantic fat lightning bolt.
Yeah.
just 1 out of what? I don't know. Depends how much rain there is that day. Just a really wide one. It's not very long. It's just like.
Yeah.
Joel is a nice warm fellow. He definitely is.
He is such. If there was an award for the warmest fellow, I think it would be a hotly contended one, knowing the really cool people that are coming to this event. But Joel would definitely be in the runnings for that. All right, moving on into destruction. There we go. Wow, that took us a while to get through order. I'm going to pick this up a little bit.
All right.
Into destruction, we've got starting off with Matt Edwards running Cruel Boys and Tim Diamond running Iron Jaws. So we got
Sneaky
Oryx. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Nice. So I know that Matt Edwards very much set out to embody the theme and kind of get a big thing, a little bit of magic, something that can shoot, something that can punch. So he's really looking forward to playing in every phase of the game. Matt's traveling up from Melbourne as well, so he's in it for the long haul. He's making the big venture to come up for this one, and he's posted his army all painted up already, which is cool.
Awesome.
And it looks gorgeous. It's a very nice looking force.
750 on the dot.
Yep, that's real cool. It's seeing this exact list ran in like now with the slight changes to big yellers.
Oh yeah.
You can't shoot the suckers. Hobgrot's would be battle line as well. For every unit of gut rippers can be quite cool.
Be quite good for
not that you need it in this one because your Bolt Boys are battle line with big yellers too.
Bolt Boys and a Killbow. That Killbow is going to be able to reach out and touch pretty much everything on the board from the get-go. I feel like it just sits on an objective in your deployment zone all game and just shoots all game.
That's right. Tank, the them Corpse Ripper Vultures are cheap. They are big cheap dudes.
Enormous base. Huge base. What, like 100 mil base or something like that.
Lucky it can fly. All right, and opposing that over here, we've got Tim. He's gonna hold the line with his battle line choices. That's cool. And a Mega Boss as the general. Oh, Armor of Gork. That's gonna be hard to get through. And Hulking Brute. That's gonna be a tanky slab of Auric to try to fight through.
I think the
War Chanter and Art Boys combo is one that I really like.
Yeah, I remember we were looking at this.
Yeah, they rally back on a 4 or a 5. I think it is. I think it's a 4. I want to say it's a 4. Someone can correct me if it's a 5. But either way, they rally back way better. So those 10 boys, you want to make sure you actually kill them. Don't leave 1 or 2 hanging around, or do and watch more come back. Because I think that'd be freaking awesome.
Love that Morgox crushes are in there.
Yeah, for sure. I know Tim uses his Morgox crushes in Underworlds to really great effect. Quite competitive in the old Underworld circuit. And I hear with that.
I hear that those Gore Grunters have just gone hard and wrecked Juliet in many a time.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a bit of a force to reckon with, especially because they can sort of charge in your opponent's charge phase if they so choose.
Yeah. I got caught off guard with Ironjaw's smashing and bashing rules at a recent event, and my battle line unfolded every possible phase of the game, and it was horrifying. But it was very on par. It felt so Auric-y. 685. I think that's our biggest bid for for that triumph there.
Yeah.
What have they chosen for inspired as a triumph? Or to keep those Ard Boys around. That could be really good. So if you do lose those 10 Ard Boys, they get chopped down to like 2 or even 1 dude. You don't even need to worry about keeping your command points around for it. You
rally them back,
keep them around, rally in the next command phase, get them back on a 4+. Ooh, I like that. That's neat. That's tidy. That is techie and cool, and I hope we just haven't given away all of your tricks, Tim. Hopefully your Mega Boss can still smash everything else.
No, he'll be right. Cool. He'll be right. He's a big fella.
Mad. All right. Rating time. I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give Matt Edwards 5 out of 5 target dummies for the cool little objectives that he's done up.
He gets a question mark out of 10 because I can't see through the mist. I don't know.
Yeah, good.
Don't know what's going on over there.
I like that. And Tim over here, look, purely for that Ard Boy combo, I'm loving that so much. I'm giving that 10 out of 10 Ard Boys. I don't need to come up with a gimmick for that. That's just 10 out of 10.
Listen, mate. Tim, I'm sorry, mate. Gotta give you a 4 out of 10. I don't know what 10 is, but I can't count past 4, so it's all you get. The highest rating I can give.
4 out of lots.
Yeah, 4 out of lots.
All right. Over to Juliet and
Grot
Will.
Land.
There's a couple of Grots coming along. So let's start with Juliet over here. Sever the head. Lots of people just going to stomp the opposing general.
Good.
I think it's a fair one. A lot of people are only going to be rocking a single character. So
1 or 2
killing
heroes.
that general's viable. It's not going to be hard to.
Keeping your own alive is the big one. I think I chose not that one, not that grand strategy. Whatever the other strategy is, the ones that are like just kill all the enemy heroes,
smash them, kill the
but you know, I just throw my own guys on the spikes. Whereas maybe you want to keep your models alive. I don't know. I don't know how you guys play the game, but. Yeah, big bouncy cave squig, loads of point grot bounders, loads of squigs. Everyone's on a squig except for the madcap shaman.
And the Gargant,
and the
Gargant.
I didn't see the Gargant in there.
Oh, the Gargant's so good.
Oh, that's right. And, yeah.
And the cool thing is the Gargant, in the back of the Gargant's head, in the back of the Gargant's back is an axe that was thrown from Tim's Iron Jaws, that was modelled up, which is really cool. I like that a lot. 66 wounds packaged into 725 points into a Vanguard and Battle Regiment. That's
Fight another day with the Loon boss. pretty good with Sever the Head as well, because you can just like fight and then go,
Oh yeah.
nah,
Shock
see you
Jocks
later,
challenge
mate.
that
I'm
character.
gonna bounce away.
That's cool.
So you get to slash and then do the classic like goblin, just scuttle away into the cave.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. That's cool. Lots of bouncing. Opposite that, we've got Will, who's bringing along.
If only the Gargant had a squig to ride. Yeah.
Oh, have you
Yeah,
seen the
big
Mega
squig.
Gargants riding?
The big colossals or something.
No, them. Yeah, someone did a big squig, but someone did riding Dread Abyssals. Not Dread Abyssals. Dread Saurons. Someone's done an army. I think it's 5, if not. No, I think it's 4 actually. It's 4.
Jesus.
Mega Gargants riding Dread Saurons, and it's insane. It is such a cool hobby project.
That's hardcore.
And they're just run as Mega Gargants, but they've just got them based up on it. It's so cool. Check it out. Google it or something. Web Spinner Shaman in here as a general. That's cool.
Ooh.
I don't know what Web Spinner Shamans do. They do spider things, I assume.
We've got some Spider Riders.
Yep. And Snufflers.
Snufflers are cool.
What?
Snufflers are real cool.
What does this army do? I don't know what the
Little
Web
bit of
Spinner
everything.
does. I don't know what the Sneaky Snufflers do too well either.
Sneaky Snufflers can, like, from memory, like, stay still in the movement phase and just harvest mushrooms and give the mushrooms to a friendly unit that's nearby for extra attacks, I think, like an extra attack.
That's cool.
Which would be pretty good on the Boingrot Bounders on the charge. Like, big unit of 10 Boingrot Bounders. Not unit of 5, but like a reinforced unit. It's pretty cool.
And the Mangler Squigs in there as well. Another 2/7
Yeah.
5-point unit.
Yeah, right on the dot. Huge, big monster.
That's good. You got yourself a wizard. You got yourself a monster. You got some Scotland friends. That's pretty good. You got a
Pretty good tiny hammery
army
army.
in there.
Vanguard detachment in there. Battalion. I mean, in Juliet's list as well, but I think that's going to be important for just squigs bouncing around however many dice they feel like on a given turn.
No random movement for me. I'm scuttling up this way. Thank you very much. That's cool.
Oh yeah, it's a little bit less random. It's double random, but pick your favorite. Sort of.
All right. Well, Juliet over here. We got a Madcap Shaman in there with Law of the Mood Clans. I'm gonna give that quite a happy 9 out of 10 hallucinogenic mushrooms, and Will, I'm gonna give him 8 out of 8 spider legs.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, Juliet. Look, I'm gonna give you like. Hopefully, you get 1 out of 1 full Gargant tummies. Otherwise, those squigs are going to look mighty tasty for that ale guzzler. Just keep an eye on him, and Mr. Newman, you get hopefully 1 out of 1 boards worth of sticky spider web everywhere.
Gross.
Except where you,
man.
ew.
I like that. All right. Next up, we've got Aiden with some Crawl Boys, and we've got Nick with more Squigs and some Lore.
Yeah.
Start off with Aiden over here. He's rocking big yellers. We've got the Tinyhammer logo, Potgrot on there with his Swamp Caller Shaman sidekick. And another corpse.
Another bird.
Ultra.
Another big swamp bird.
Right, so where does this change up though? So we got that's a pretty tanky
Double
killer boss.
double Hobgrots.
Yeah, double Hobgrots is nice, and 6 Bolt Boys.
2 spells. So like both of the killer boss has got the arcane tome, so they're both wizards.
Yeah, I know that
2 armed mines.
A lot of the time you kind of have to sacrifice the casting ability of your shaman
Very
to do
much
all
so.
your nasty poison stuff. So that's a pretty cool way of keeping some extra poison, some extra magic in the list.
And I definitely think that's what they're going for, because the Bolt Boys are reinforced. Big unit of 6.
Super poison Bolt Boys.
You double, you double venom their bolts.
Yeah, and
the mortal wounds coming off those.
You'd be hiding your 6 Bolt Boys behind your double
Behind the
Hobgrots, right?
Yeah,
that's great.
And then the corpse revolture just sets their big stick on fire and then swoops in and whacks you while you're cowering. You're pinned down by all the bolts.
That's good. I like that.
That's cool.
That's very cool. There's a cool list. I like it. Hasn't chosen a triumph. Is that because he's exactly 750? Maybe. I'm not sure. And then we got Nick LeBreton over here. Can I do the lore?
Yeah.
Giblet was always a gifted squig rider. Took to it like grots to shrooms, having brought it up himself on stories of the old world. Of a knight of all swirly and green who killed grots by the thousand. Of wizards and a retinue of other knights who killed many beasties and baddies. Giblet is trying to be what he believes is the greatest risk to the grot race. So when the green swirly knight returns, he can prove to the mortal realms who the real green knight is. This is cool.
Love that.
Is
I love this so much.
Loon boss on Great Cave Squig named the Green Squig Knight. I hope it's swirly. If Nick, if you're in the chat, can you let us know if your squig is a swirly squig? We've got Shroomland the Wizard. Oh, like yeah, good. That's cool. Like that other wizard from that thing. 10 squig hoppers, 5 bounders, pineapple and tomato, the beast of the lake, for manglers, and a loon shrine. Wrapped up for 750 points in a battle regiment.
Everything in this army's got a random movement.
Yep, that's good.
Which is awesome. It's super cool. And they're in a battle regiment. Yeah. You can't even like guarantee. I mean, you can always use your command points for it, but I know I talked to Nick about this list, and it's a list that either moves wherever it wants to be on the board, or just gets distracted and starts like scratching at the dirt and stays where it is.
Yeah,
I love it. I love the theme. Having seen some of the painted models, I think we're going to see more of them later this week. I mean, definitely at the tournament. But the paintwork's looking pretty good based on what I've seen. And I love the theme. Everyone bounces around. I'm pretty sure the Madcap Shaman is the model from the Gobblepalooza on the big mushroom. So everyone's technically going to be bouncing around on a squig-ish beast.
Very cool.
I think it's going to be cool. I want to play against this list.
Yeah, mad. All right, well, rating time over here. Look, I'm going to give Aiden 19 out of 20 scrap grenades. I reckon one of them's already blown up in that grot's hand.
I was going a similar way. I was going to say like 900 out of 1,000 like poisoned bolts.
You only need one, mate.
As for Nick over here, hold on. Where are some dice? I want to give him 2d6.
Oh yeah, I was going to say you get 0 to 1 grotty chalices.
All right. There you go. That's not bad. Nick, you get 9 out of 12 for your list rating.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
On your 2d6 random movement. Good job, mate. Sweet.
Wraps up destruction.
Next. Yeah, that's it. Instant death. Very nice. Pasquale got 2 pages because Pasquale wrote 2 emails. One was his list and a bunch of background, and then a second one came through like a week later with a whole lot more background. Sean, do you reckon you can get through this without it taking 10 minutes?
Oh,
or you know what? If you want to read Pasquale's lore, you can pause this video, or you can come back and read it later.
Good point.
But it's very cool. Well done, Pasquale. Running Nighthaunt in the Emerald Host. There's a new Nighthaunt, of course, because their book made it out in time. Only Skaven and Sylvaneth and the General's Handbook came out past the cut-off date.
Hey, our last hurrah for Thondia. Don't worry about it.
Very cool.
Be a tanky list.
Yeah.
Tanky list.
So he's just going to keep them, the Chain Wrath, the Spirit Host, and the Spirit Hosts all alive. That should be pretty easy. Killing 3 Spirit Hosts is hard.
Oh god,
2
yeah.
units of 3s, super hard. Spirit and Torment in there to keep everyone nice and buffed up. That's cool. The general, I don't know what Hatred of the Living does. I assume that Slitter is cool. I know that can Wraiths aren't the tankiest of characters unless they've had a big overhaul.
But just having 2 heroes in there is pretty good though. I mean, like based on what we're saying, you either have 2 or 1, and for a lot of people, they're just going for the general. So it means you can kind of keep your general a little bit safer down the back, so your other hero can
Pasquale do his
scuttle around,
his
do their
list
thing
as an audiobook? Look, I'll look into that.
I'd listen to it.
If Pasquale records this in an audiobook format and puts it on a USB flash drive, it will be a prize at Tinyhammer.
48 unrendable wounds with ward saves.
Yikes. That's rough.
In 750, it's a lot to work through.
That sure is. Well, look, I'm going to give this list 999 out of 999 because I'm assuming he reached his word limit.
This one gets a 9 out of 10 on the maneuverability
very good.
index. It flies, everything in it flies. You just have to worry about the coherency of the Dread Scythe Harridans and the Chain Rasp being over a unit of 5. It's the one thing that'll potentially be something to work around.
Oh, this is cool. This background's really good. The Spirit Torment is the Warden, I believe he put in the notes. So his army is the Warden chasing the Can Wraith, I think.
Yeah, good. And your army is just in the background. That just happened to be there.
Your army doesn't even matter. Pasquale's here to play with himself and roll dice. That's mad. Alright, next up we got Anthony Brennan and we've got Warwick Thompson, both running Night Haunt, both running Emerald Host. Was Pasquale Emerald Host as well?
This may be a incorrect copy paste.
Oh.
Because they're the same list.
Oh, they are.
They're both from Anthony.
Whoops.
I caught the other one. I caught the other one.
Page? No, we didn't. I can hold on. Quickly skip across.
You guys ever watch Muppet Christmas Carol? And then there's the two. There's Christ, what are their names? Sattler and Waldorf as the ghosts. They're the Ghost Brothers. This is Warwick and Anthony. They're apparently the Ghost Brothers. I know Warwick's also running Night Haunt, but it might not be this Night Haunt.
This one. Sorry, Warwick. I'm gonna crash the stream if I try and bring that up. Well,
Anthony's got himself, Emerald Host. By the way, those lists go off the page. Oh, they do.
Look, it was my fault that I doubled up on the list, and it was Sean's fault that they're not formatted on the screen. So
so Anthony's list.
Got some models in it.
Rolling with Guardian of Souls, Spirit Torment, 10 Grimghast Reapers, 3 Spirit Hosts, 4 Maimon Banshees, and 2 Chain Ghasts. All of which, with the exception of Spirit Torment, is in a Vanguard battalion, coming in at exactly 750 points.
That's tasty.
Maimon Banshee is going to be not bad, I reckon. There's a couple of lists rolling around with some endless spells they can just eat.
I love spell eating banshees. It is so very cool. Nice. All right. Well, I'm gonna give this list a 90% out of 100 because I can only see 90% of it.
Yeah, it gets a 60 out of 100 transparency.
Yeah, and look, Warwick, I'm going to assume that yours is the most masterfully well-written army list known to mankind, and it gets a straight 10 out of 10 meta net list awesomeness. Alright. Soulblight.
Vampires.
So
Hope you like churning through a bunch of wounds. There's an 80 wound list.
I hope these players.
Jesus.
I hope. Who we up here first? Did we get this person?
Whose is this? Whose list is
This person
this?
doesn't have a name. We've got a name, but apparently we didn't copy it across.
I hope you have movement trays, friend. I hope you have movement trays.
We're falling apart. Look, whoever owns this list, I hope you have movement trays. Please bring movement trays. Or practice moving your models quickly. We do have an hour and a half for our rounds at Tinyhammer. I don't expect everyone to finish their first 1 or 2 games 100%. I do really want for everyone to be picking up the pace as the weekend goes on and everyone gets more comfortable in just throwing some models around and having a good time, not worrying about the specific positioning of 40 zombies. But big old Necromancer, 40 zombies, 2 units of 10 skellies, 5 blood knights, and the mighty burning head.
This is cool. This is really cool.
I guess the Hunters of the Heartlands. That's cool.
The
Hunters?
Necromancer's
Oh, the
gonna need
zombies.
to.
Zombies and the blood knights are in Hunters. That's cool. I want to see. You know what I want to see?
Jesus
I want to
Christ.
see those Deadwalker zombies kill a monster and add it to their unit.
Look, 40 of them. If it's against a monster, it's probably going to be against a big base thing. You get a lot of room to wrap around with their 6-inch pile in,
All these
and then you
players
Van
with corpse ripper vultures
Hels's.
and mangler squigs.
Yeah, you dance macabre them.
Chomp, that's cool.
Hope you have lots of dice as well.
Yeah.
80 wounds. That's a lot of dudes to go through, and you get your grave sites, so you can bring some of them back. And
Mark, it's Mark's list. Sorry, Mark.
far out.
Sorry, we cut your name off there.
That's just intimidating on the page. Hopefully, you can keep your necromancer safe from all of those bolt skewer boys that are out there. That's the big one, I reckon.
Yeah, Martin's got a really good shout in the chat there. AOS Reminders is a really, really good website. It's literally just aosreminders.com, I think. Like you can take the same army list you submitted here, copy, paste it straight in, and it will
You
give
can drag
all
your
special
PDF
rules
in.
and shit. Print it out. Cut out the parts that you don't need, so you can trim it down to a more condensed format, and it'll just have all those handy to remember rules of. Oh,
It's good.
do I do that in the hero phase or the movement phase? And it
As
means-
always, double check with the publication.
Oh, of course.
But good God, is it a good resource?
It's really, really handy. Not everyone has a printer at home. I need some fantangling whenever I need to get it to work. So do make sure that you get an AOS reminder sheet done up, downloaded, printed off over the next day or two, so you've got it ready for Saturday. That's very cool. I'm really excited to see all these zombies run across the board and just eat things. I think that's gonna be really cool. So that's pretty sick.
Another decent wound count list from
80.
from Jeff.
Oh yeah. All right.
So
all right.
first
We're running low on time, so we might need to skip over any more background from here. I think, unfortunately, Jeff. But please, people, go back and skip through and have a read, because it looks well punctuated. But we've got Jeff in here with Legion of Blood, Valeska the White as the Vampire Lord. I bet they've got white hair.
Big one that jumps out to me is
yeah.
the shade glass decanter with Aethelred the Sand Drinker.
Ooh, oh, can you imagine drinking sand? Whoa.
Yeah, no.
Gross.
It's coarse, it's rough, it's irritating.
Gets everywhere.
It's everywhere. I hate sand. But shade glass decanter,
What does it do?
that's from memory. Again, this is just from memory, but that's just a ticking time bomb on your opponent's hero. So like every turn, you just give him a wound every turn.
That's cool.
If you roll below a certain something, But basically, yeah, over the course of the game, you're just leeching away their life essence.
Nice.
And in a game where there's like 1, maybe 2 heroes, that's pretty good. That's just free damage across a lot of heroes.
That's right. That's what oh no,
that's what I use.
Going too far the other way. That's what Emerald Host does. Yeah, you pick like D3 units. Enemy units
oh
at the start,
yeah, that's right.
They just take damage all game. It's like D3+1 or D3+2 units or something. So if it pops off at the start of the game, your opponent's just gonna bleed. And if you don't have a lot of units, and you've only taken 3 or 4, as a lot of people have, it's gonna be a hard time for you.
Big blocks of dudes, big block of Graveguard, big block of Death Rattle skeletons. Even some cheeky Fellbats in there for the maneuverability. Which I like.
Oh no! Sorry,
Black Knights. Sorry, well, Black Knights, not Blood Knights. But again, you've got some maneuverability. We've got a big block. We've got a stabby hero. We've got some wizarding going on. We've got a lot of wizarding going on.
Points for the Fellbats. I love the Fellbats in there. I think Fellbats are a huge standout unit in a 750-point army. It's like a mere 10% of your list for having some multi-wound models that are just going to fly around the board and wreck stuff.
I want to see those Fellbats fight the Aether Wings from that Stormcast Eternal list. Another Sky Duel.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. All right. Well, look. List rating time. Jeff's getting 1 out of 1 scratchy throats for his Shade class decanter.
Yep.
And over here for Mark. Mark's getting 90 minutes of zombie moving.
Yep. No, Jeff gets as many grains of sand as they are in Shaish, as many as his skeletons can carry, and put in that decanter to drink. And Mark, 40 out of 40 zombies. Holy hell, dude. You get 6 out of however many you need movement trays.
Alright. More Soul Blight this time. These two run in Varacross. This was in the White Dwarf pronunciation article for how to say this word. And I still can't pronounce it properly.
I've always called it Verkos.
Yeah, we'll go with that. No friends, Nigel. look, I'm going to stick to my rule about we unfortunately I love that we've got some lore in here. We've got to smash over them. Unfortunately,
some more Fellbats, another Burning Head, some Graveguard, another big block of zombies.
Soulblight, you've got some really good tools at your disposal for 750 points. You've got, not a plethora of cheap characters. But you've got some good ones that aren't costing you an arm and a leg.
Nice variety of support options.
You know what's interesting though is neither Michael's list nor Mark's had old mate, what's his name with the shovel?
Gorslav, the Gravekeeper.
Yeah. So that
or watch Captain Halgrim.
Like that, they'll still take up that that hero slot for you, but I would have thought that the chance, just that mere chance of all those zombies coming back.
Having a necromancer for Dance Macabre is just like that's first out of the gate. That's definitely first out of the gate.
I guess those other two, they're very much support characters. They're really cool if you can fit them in, but when you've only got 700-ish odd points to play around with. It's
hard. It's making a list at this points value is difficult.
COVID-invested bat swarms do not eat.
Don't need them. Don't need them.
Oof.
I'm looking at all these other zombies around here.
Nigel's friends. No friends, Nigel, the Count of Castinia. Nigel's friends.
Fading Vigor's cool. I quite like Fading Vigor as a spell. I think that's the one that locks down charges or reduces move and charge from other from enemy units if you get that spell off. And Necromancer with an extra spell as well, I believe. Arcane Tome. That's pretty cool. Nice. I like that.
No friends,
Could be cool. Could be a interesting list to play against.
That's cool. That'd be good. Opposite that, we got James Mabry, a very seasoned Death General, one of the many death admins over on the big Facebook group with 9 trillion zombie members. Come down from Golban from this.
Belladama herself leading. I mean, not technically leading, but she's there.
And she's on the.
She's in the fray.
She's on the dot as well at 200
200s.
points. 200 being the limit for any named characters you can put in your army.
And then the big nameless one, the flaming weapon, vampire lord, so I can just sort of fly about with a bit of maneuverability. Big block, or decent block of zombies, big block of graveguard, so a big wall with some maneuverability options. Belladama's hunting pack with dire wolves, flying vampire lord. Belladama just turns you into more dire wolves.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty big one in here, just like we talked about with the Sylvaneth being able to bring units into the game. Being able to bring, 1 or 2 dire wolves into it may not seem like a big deal in 2,000 points. 750, getting a single wolf back, that's a big deal. That's very cool.
Ooh, crypt shields on the graveguard too, so they're a bit more tanky. Because I think everyone else is running great white blades.
Yep. That's cool.
Sweet.
I like it. Michael, you're getting 3 out of 3 COVID infested fellbats. Well done, mate.
Yeah, 1 bowl of soup. 1 bowl of
One
soup.
bowl of soup. James, you're getting 1 fluffy wolf. Just 1 fluffy wolf.
Yep,
that's
you get
your
6
rating.
out of 10 O's on the end of a woo.
Ooh. Oh, mate, that was quick. Well done. All right. Moving on. We got
Flesh eater courts.
we have the 2 proud, noble armies on this page. Nothing weird about them whatsoever in their gleaming plate. One is on their feasting day, which is nice for them. They have an abhorrent arch regent wearing a dermal robe, which I can only assume is the finest of wearable robes, which is very cool.
Nice
we
big
have
block
a
of
Ghoul
crypt
King.
ghouls.
245 points. Oh, that's right, because Arch Regent gets to automatically summon in a unit. He just like clicks his fingers and brings in a unit of like dudes.
Is the updated Flesh Eater Court stuff from the most recent White Dwarf in Tinyhammer? So I can't recall if it is or not. I don't know.
If it came out after list submissions, then no. If it came out before, then
Oh,
yes.
it might have been in by like 2 days.
Yeah.
Might be like 2 days
I think it might have been,
before, or a day and a half before, something like that.
Yeah, no, it would have been. It would have been. Pretty sure it made the cutoff. So that's cool.
I don't know what Cadaverous Barricade does, but I love the model. I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
I'm going to assume that it stops things from moving, and that's...
Again, like it's a decently wide spell. It's a decently wide spell, and
That's had a pretty
again,
good effect with Prismatic Palisade, which I believe is the same base size, just
Yeah.
stopping things moving around.
and
protecting
again,
your flank.
as we've been saying the whole time, like on this smaller board size, just magnify the effectiveness of those blocking things, and
Movement's a big...
everything works a little bit better
That's it.
than you'd expect in this smaller size.
That's it. We got 20 reinforced ghouls in there. So it's like that's what you're fighting at the start. You've got two characters.
Who knows what's going to be there at the end of the day?
And 3 big ghouls. But then you've got the capacity to bring in another 3 big guys, another 10 little guys. And then I think it's a command ability from the ghoul. I think it's from the Arch Regent. It's a command ability that just reinforces units again.
Rad.
So yeah, that'll be really cool. I think this is gonna be an army that is able to dish out some punches, but keep models on the board, and importantly, keep models on objectives. I think that's going to be really, really useful here, coming in at 745 points, with Inspired as the triumph there, which is cool. Stop that unit running, that's neat. We've got Grisha over here. Noble knights and their men-at-arms who are very confused why everyone runs from their generous feasts. I know I wasn't reading out lore, but that was one sentence. That was fine. That's cool. I like it. It's funny.
Archery Gin, double ghouls. Big unit of Crypt Horrors.
Cryptonauta Courtier as well. That's going to be pretty tanky. Well, magical
Everyone's
one.
a hunter of the heartland except for the heroes.
Ooh, that hits hard.
I think having those small units of Crypt Ghouls is going to be kind of beneficial, especially in those battle plans that have a decent amount of objectives on the board.
Yeah,
just being able to scuttle around. And
I agree. I think Luke can get around it because he can just summon them.
yeah.
Whereas Grisha over here, having the units to tend to start with. That unit of 6, I can't take my eyes off them. That's really cool. And they really only 220 points for a unit of 6. Wow, that's cool.
Bit wary of that, bit scared of that, to be completely honest.
Very cool. I like that a lot.
A lot of arcane tomes so far today. A lot of arcane tomes.
Oh look, I think if
play every phase.
You can only yeah, that's it. If you can only take one character or maybe squeeze a second one in, and not enough of them are wizards, it's an easy way to go with it.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
3 out of 3 curly little thingies on the fleur-de-lis. Both these lists.
Cool. I'm gonna give Luke over here 10 out of 10 trumpet calls. I'm gonna give Grisha like just one big puddle of slop, which is whatever the Crypt Horrors have finished with. I want to see them absolutely slap through the games. I think that's gonna be fun to watch. Well done. They're both really cool armies. I look forward to seeing them. I think Flesh Unicorns are gonna they're gonna go well here. That'll be cool. Chaos time. Let's go. Audrey is rocking Zench. She's got Magister on disc. Zangor Shaman. I love Zangor Shamans. They're cool. Pairs with the 10 Zangors really nicely. Zangor Shaman's default spell can like blast you for some mortal wounds and add wounds to a unit of Zangors. As it like turns you into a Zangor. Which is pretty sick. Cult of the Transient Form. The whole vibe behind that coven is that it turns things into Zangors.
Nice footprint, like good footprint on the unit. Block a 10, block a 10, block a 10, and then some heroes to support them.
Yep, and then a life swarm to keep everything at full strength. 750 points.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
The nose. That's cool. That's a good. Arcane Suggestion's a really fun spell on that Zangor Shaman as well. So Arcane Suggestion, you got like one of 3 options. You can either just do some damage, which is cool, or you can make a unit like be crap at hitting you, or you can make a unit save 1 worse. So you're not increasing the rend of your unit, you're making their save more garbage. Zench doesn't have access to a whole lot of rend, so those Karak Acolytes with those crappy little shooty attacks that they do, all of a sudden coming along and actually ignoring a little bit of armor is pretty sweet. And against units like those 20 ghouls, that unit of 20 ghouls that we just looked at, if Arcane Suggestion went off on them, minusing their save, 20 Karak Acolytes shoot them, that's going to be a lot of dead ghouls, which Luke will just summon back and not care about. But it'll be cool to watch. Andrew Bigwood. Biggie's bringing, where is it? Soul Grinder.
Soul Grinder.
That's the, look, there's other things in this list which is really cool as well. But the man is running a Soul Grinder, and that is sick.
Slaaneshi Soul Grinder.
Yeah, he's got 2 units of 10 Demonettes, 1 Herald of Slaanesh.
Honestly, it's all about the Soul Grinder.
Yeah, it is.
Soul Grinder
how many
and
things get squished in that Soul Grinder's fist? And he did comment in the chat before that he's got the Fane of Slaanesh in there as well. Says it's a bit crap, but he'll take it anyway. Didn't put it on his list either. Fane of Slanesh, he says is a bit crap. So he may be bringing it, may not be bringing it. If it fits on the back of his bike, I'm sure he'll bring it down.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Really excited. We've all been saying it's Soul Grinder because I'm really excited to see what that Soul Grinder does. I think it's really cool.
Again,
Although
it gets a cheeky shooting attack in there.
Yeah, cheeky shooting attack is real nice.
A little bit of something. You unleash hell with it.
Absolutely. Soul Grinder kind of plays everything in the game. I think you're putting a lot of points into a unit, and you really want it to do. We were talking about this a little bit before the show went live.
Or maybe when it was live, but we didn't know.
Maybe we were live and we didn't know it. Yeah, it's a really, really, really cool unit. I've got one for my Nurgle army. I've got one for my Khorne army. It wants to do a lot of things at once, which is where I think sometimes it can fall over. Like if you put all of your eggs in that basket, it can be a little bit tricky. But I reckon Slanesh has some nice tricks up its sleeve to keep it really just popping off the whole game.
Make it
and
fight
again,
first, you'll be alright.
in 750 points, a lot of these smaller units that it's going to be going up against, I don't think it's going to have too much hassle just stomping and crumping its way through.
God, yeah. Unit of 5, unit of
Yeah.
maybe 10 basic dudes.
Well, I reckon with it shooting as well, though,
Combat or two, you'll be alright.
It's just all it has to do is wander across the board, shoot a little bit over that way, shoot a little bit over that way, kick a unit in the middle, and all of a sudden it's half wiped out 3 units in one turn. That's before you get to the rest of the army. So that's very cool. I like that. I also like that this army's from Haish, which is really cool. Dimnet's coming like fresh
I don't know why that
from the
makes me funny. Makes me laugh. I don't know
Very
why.
Cool. Well, someone can afford a Soul Grinder to be riding some skateboards. You know what? It wasn't at the top of my conversion list to do, but I'd love to see you do it, Killy McGee. I would love to see you do it. Look, we got 2 very cool armies here. 2 very different armies. One's gone lots of models. One's gone a big thing and some
Big thing and friends.
almost default demonettes. I think you've really got to have at least 10 in there. The other 10 just to back it up. The Herald will be able to go nicely with them. So that's pretty cool. Over here, I'm gonna give Audrey 9 out of 9 Zangors, which will then quickly turn into 10 out of 9 Zangors.
Audrey gets whatever I roll on the Destiny dice. Whatever the score that I want to give it when I choose.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you get that.
It's either a 6 or a 1, whatever you want.
Ooh, everything runs and charges in Andrew's army.
Yeah.
It gets a
Soul Grinders
Slaneshi.
running and charging.
Perfect
Oh
score.
snap! Soul Grinders can shoot and charge, I think.
Oh,
No,
shit.
sorry, can run and shoot. So I think.
Yeah,
am I
no
right that
worries.
the Soul Grinder can run
Shoot,
and
charge.
shoot and charge on a small board? Ooh.
Big base, gets where it needs to be, blocks off area.
That's mad. That's very mad. Cool. All right. Well, Biggie over here, you're getting yourself Soul Grinders have 8 legs, 6 legs. Yet can't see my cabinet. It's got some amount of legs. Look, what's
Gets a couple.
Gets a couple of legs. You're getting one big claw.
One
my
big
man.
crab, big meaty claw.
One big meaty demonette crab claw. Oh, yeah, of course, because you get that real sick, very Slaneshi looking crab claw in the Soul Grinder kit as well. I wonder if you built it with that. That'd be very cool. The big metallic one's cool though as well. Alright, moving on, we got Sam with some Maggotkin, Dave with some Beasts of Chaos. I hate the abbreviation BOK. I refuse to say BOK unless it's the prefix for Choi, because I like bok choy.
That's the Zangor list.
So Sam Falk over here, hold the line as their grand strategy. They're going to try and keep all their battle line choices alive. Which
No
I reckon they can do.
worries
Yep.
with 2 Wind Plague Bearers.
That's
And
it.
Nurglings, and just Nurgle. No worries.
Rocking it up with the Befouling Host sub-faction. Poxbringer as their general. They haven't listed an artifact here. Which I'm gonna assume is a mistake. So if Sam could let us know what artifact they're running before the day, that'd be great. Sloppy Bile Piper in there to mess with all your opponent's pile-in moves. That's awesome. 10 Plague Bearers, because of course. 3 Nurglings, because they're awesome and cute and adorable, and I love them. That'll be really nice, just having those 3 Nurglings just to hang out on an objective. Or just keep
and
busy.
Contagion as well.
Absolutely.
Go near them, you get sick.
Tag and make them slimy.
And again, same with the plague drones. They fly around. They make things sick.
Fly is key. I think a really interesting thing with fly, because my Zench army is built around fly a lot. And one of the changes from AOS 2 to AOS 3 was that when you fly and you're flying up to scenery, you do actually measure the incline. So if you're flying from the ground to like the top of something, you do measure that incline. If you're moving from one side of, like, if you've got a 10-foot wall though, if you're flying from one side all the way to the other, you don't measure that incline, I don't believe. So it's only if you're landing on top of something that's higher, you have to measure up. Didn't list a spell for the Poxbringer either. So I think Sam's forgotten a couple of things on the list, but that's okay because it's smelly and cool. Thanks suggesting Fleshy Abundance to make the Plague Bearers 3 wounds each. Oh my god,
Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's right. It counts it as extra wounds while that spell lasts. That's cool. I've seen some interesting interactions with that. Dave Hurley going a very, very different path over here. This is a cool list as well. Very cool list. I like this a lot. We've got an Azurite Blade wielding Dragon Ogre Shaggoth with Adamantine Scale. So this thing's going to be hard to kill and hit hard as. With 6 Dragon Ogres, 3 Dragon Ogres, and a Chimera for good measure.
67 wounds.
Yeah, this is very cool. This is a tough nut to crack.
Yep. Yep. Hailstorm. So lightning will strike and heal up the dragons as well. So dragon ogres as well. Yep. I just love the Shaggoth. It's one of my favorite models of all time. So I have a bit of a soft spot for this list.
I think this Dragon Ogre list does exactly what you'd expect it to do. It's going to shuffle around the board reasonably quickly. It's going to punch you really freaking hard, and you're going to be hard pressed to kill even that unit of 3 without a dedicated unit to do it. Yeah. And again, you've then got a Chimera for that maneuverability again. So it's got a monster in there, of course, because we still using the monster battle pack, so you can score some extra victory points off that.
67 wounds. That's and hold the line. Yeah. That grand strategy is getting scored every game. Like, I don't care.
If you can kill those 6 Dragon Ogres, I'll try and find a prize for you. No promises. I'll see what I got.
Hell yeah.
Mad. Very cool. Sam over here, provided you can let me know what artifact and spell you're running, you're getting 7 out of 7 disgusting squelch little Nurglings from me, mate.
Yeah, however many tapeworms those Nurglings have, check.
Gross,
that's the score.
I wonder the size of a tapeworm inside a Dragon Ogre.
Ugh, don't.
Yeah, just don't.
Dave Hurley, he's a man that knows what he's doing. You get 0 out of 1 Azirs, unfortunately. You've got the Azurite Blade, but I'm sure if you work hard enough, you'll be able to reclaim Azir.
All you've got is Azir. God, they've got such a tragic background, the Dragon Ogres.
Sigmas, look, I'm playing Stormcast at this tournament, and I feel bad for Dragon Ogres. They got kicked out of their birth, like their birth home. Ugh, poor fellas.
Rough.
Oh, bring the storm. You'll be right.
Look, Dave. I think this is also a really nice contender just for that general Tinyhammer vibe. Like, I know that they're all monstrous units, but you've got a big thing. You've got a cool leader. The cool leader kind of has a mount, or is themselves a mount. They're a wizard, so you tick in the wizard box. It's a cool force. I would. You know what I'd really like to see? I'd really like to see this army recreated like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
With all old hammer models.
I totally forgot that they get the Herdstone as well because they're piece of chaos.
Oh yeah, of course. The Ren.
So everything. Nuts, yeah. Do you have armor?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Nah, you don't have armor against this army.
You've got
so
a big thing,
shout out to all of us Stormcast Eternal players. We're we're going to be struggling against that. They're going to cut right through our shields. Ooh, maybe Azir isn't ours anymore.
Yep. That's cool. Everyone, a bit of a shout out to AOS Coach in the chat. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Welcome.
What would you give? What would you rate these dragon ogres? That's the big thing. Very cool. So moving on next, we got ourselves -4 Ren on the Shagoff. Oh, yuck! Yuck!
Buckles you like a Dark Souls boss.
Of course. That's cool. Sick. All right. Gary gets like I'm not actually handing out a bonus point for this, but Gary gets like a bonus point in my mind for being the first person to submit an army list, and not by like a day or even like a week. He submitted his army list like almost a full month before the due date. So all y'all can suck it. As far as list reviews go, Gary had my back. Done. Was it formatted in the exact way we wanted it? No, not technically. But you know what? I don't even care. He did it before.
Come out.
He did, yeah, that's it. He did it before the how to submit a list video. He was just that punctual. But he is rocking a Lord of Plagues, who is extra stinky, with fecid flask and overpowering stench on it. 2 units of 5 Blight Kings, a unit of Nurglings. It just does what it says in the box. It's a Maggotkin of Nurglami. That right there is like the cover of the Maggotkin book.
Another one of those
Blight Kings and Lord of Plagues with some friends.
Quite model low.
The Blight Kings aren't going anywhere in a hurry though.
No, Christ no. I love that the Nurglings are in there. I mean, just as a hobby thing, you gotta have a small thing to make your big things look cool.
What does Blessed Desecration do, chat? Does anyone know what that grand strategy is? I don't.
I imagine maybe it's got something to do with having contagion points on things. I don't know.
That'd be cool. Someone will tell us.
This is when I ran out of time for my research. So I'm going blind from here on in. I've played a couple of games of Age of Sigmar. maybe.
All right, over here, Dan. Dan's got a wild list. His list has some things that just don't even make sense. So, Skylar Anglefrim is the general, but is not a leader.
No, it's not a hero. No, it's right. A leader. It's not a hero.
It's a leader. It got like amended to have the leader keyword, so it can be a general, but it doesn't have the hero keyword because he doesn't give a shit about leading. He just wants to punch you in the face with his 2d6
and play Blood Bowl sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. And then backed up with Scar Bloodwrath, like the coolest dude, who is leading 2 units of 5 Wrathmongers. And then you get 2 blobs of 10 Bloodletters just hanging out. This is so cool.
It's a nice blend between that demon and mortal.
Yeah,
like dichotomy
really
of chaos.
Yeah, we got the Skull Ultra in there as well. So that's gonna be cool. Well,
Wrathmonger's being there, just pumping out those buffs to whoever needs them.
I don't think Skylar can garrison the Skull Ultra because he's actually too big. Yeah, like the model himself is too physically large. But I believe he actually can't garrison it. Because he's not a hero. You have to be a hero to garrison the Skull Ultra, which I think is so good.
I think
so
look
funny.
like altars there, and I'm pretty sure if you're near it, you can turn off some spells.
Yeah,
or you get or it makes spells harder to get off, and especially against be a nice counterplay to all of those very magic heavy Sylvaneth armies we've been seeing.
Oh yeah, thanks for shouting out. This is for Blessed Desecration for Gary's grand strategy. Pick 1 piece of terrain in the enemy territory. If you hold at the end of the game, you get a grand strat. So pick something on your enemy's board and cover it in slime by the end of the game.
Yeah, cool.
I like that. That's real cool.
That's cool. I like that.
I wonder if you can choose Dan's Skull Ultra for that.
Covered in slime.
How rude. How rude. Look, I cannot rate Dan's list highly enough because I love Skylar Anglefrim more than I love cool other things that are around me. I love Skylar Angrofim more than I love this dice jail, which I got at for coming dead last at Vic GT 2022, and you, dear viewer, will be able to earn for coming dead last at Tinyhammer 2022. Proudly supported there by Miniature Scenery, which is very, very kind of them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Skullter just does D6 models for miscast spells for me. That's about it. Yeah, but it's cool though, right?
That's cool.
It's cool.
That's cool.
That's sick.
Look again,
Gary,
low hero count.
Gary, you get a 10 out of 10 punctuation points from me, mate. And Dan, you just get a big angry blood for the blood god.
Big dropper
Corn
blood.
cares not for whence the numbers flow, only that they flow.
Ooh, we're into rat land.
Squeak.
Next.
Very cool. I think
Last outing of old Skaven before
that's it.
I mean, like before the new book rules kick in, I guess, or sort of.
Hugh's army list submission had a single word for its lore, and it was just like zap. Ruckin, Skaventide, Price Sorcery, so you can try and keep one of his 2 Arch Warlocks alive. Esoteric Warp Resonator on 1.
Big block of clan rats.
Both
Double standard, double bells.
6 Giant Rats is really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
What are you going to spend 40 points on a Skaven army?
40 points!
6 Giant
Yeah,
Rats.
no worries.
Yeah, easy, mate. Just throw them in there.
Warp Lightning Vortex, sort of, you know.
Oh, that'd play
it's gonna be
on a board size like this.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
At least Skaven have to actually cast this fucking spell though. And
Yeah,
can't get yeeted from a fucking stunty out of a ship.
Bloody Caratron.
God damn, fucking Caratron spell in a bottle.
Spell in a bottle. Double guns, double rattling guns. Yeah, this is cool.
Yep.
I think
those rattling guns will pop off and do all the damage and table their opponent in a turn, or they'll literally pop themselves off, and he'll be left there with his giant rats protecting his arch warlocks. Either way,
wounds.
that's going to be a really fun game.
There it is. Yeah, I was looking for the inspired triumph.
Yep.
I was like, oh, I hope he's taking. Yeah, it's like, yep, there it is. There it is. Keep those rats.
Get that jail out
hanging
of
around.
Get out of jail free card. That's cool. Look, regardless of whether these rats kill your army or his own army, you will be guaranteed to have a really good game against Hugh.
Yeah.
Last event I was at with him, he took home the freaking ginormous Wimbledon-style trophy for best opponent, and he said his trick was just drink. And just sank some beers.
Looking forward to Hugh's answers on the trivia.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the day.
Absolutely. Standout bloke. Excellent beast.
Last
Shem
outing for
over here.
Rattlings.
Shem's a really cool dude. I played Shem at an event in Orange, where I slept in my car. It was mad. And my car blew up on the way there like 4 times.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was a really fun event. The trip there fucking sucked. But what's Shem got over here? He's got a Warlock Bombardier, Slink Skittershank. Oh
yeah, and the claw
Skittershank's
pack.
Claw pack. Yo, sick. I hadn't committed that dude's name to memory yet. That's really cool. I don't know what they
two rattling
do.
guns, 20 clan rats.
That's cool.
I don't remember what they do, but I remember reading their rules when they came out, and I was like, "Whoa, yeah, they're all right. They're all right." The Eshin warband from the most recent Warhammer Underworlds box.
Netherlands.
Can't remember what they do.
Cool.
I remember looking at their rules and being like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah,
I like
oh
it's
yeah."
got Soul Snare Shackles in there as well. That's cool.
Again, another cool movement reduction.
Absolutely. Look, I think it's thematic for this list. It's not hard to cast. It's good in this point size, and poor old Mr. Does their general their guy have a name? No, it's just Mr. Name. He's just gonna gobble all that warpstone and just cast that on max volume to get it out there. Which I think
only
very
starts with the warlock on the map. Just start the game with the Bombardier on the board. Everything else can start in reserve. Jesus Christ.
225 for a unique. Yes, Pask would be. In the players pack though, no.
The Underworld's
no
warbands
character can be over, or no war scroll can be over 200. Underworld's warbands are exempt from that though, because they offer up some really cool playstyles for this. Because you're effectively paying like 100 and something points for the
rest of the rats.
Yeah, you're paying, you know, like 100 points for the rats and 100 points for the character kind of thing.
Good catch though. Good eyes.
That's cool. The bigger catch is that he hasn't edited his War Scroll builder down from 2,000 points. So he's actually playing a 2,000 point army, but with only 750 points of it.
Guaranteed that triumph. Guaranteed that triumph.
Yeah, that's it. 1250 points under. Nice. That's really cool. Look, these are two really cool armies. Two really cool opponents. I would love to play a game against either of them. I would love to sit and play each other.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I want to see how those rattling guns go. So yeah, best of luck to all of those.
That's very cool.
All those rattling guns.
Absolutely. Hey, look, they both got 44 wounds. So I'm gonna rate both these lists 44 out of 44.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty sweet. I think that's,
Gotta agree with that.
Justifiable. All right. More rats over here under the control of Dan Worthington, a veteran rat controller. And we got Kieran Hunt over here, who we had to fiddle around with their army list to make it all fit.
It's cool to see. Cool to see Dan's Pestilence out and about again.
Yeah, they haven't been out for a while. I think 750 points is going to be a fun spot for them. Lots of units of 10 in there, and then one big unit of 20.
A lot of rats. True to the way Dan likes to place rats. He puts a lot of them on the board. So what we're looking at 20, 30, 40, 50 Plague Monks.
Which is cool. Dan is going to have to tweak his list, because he can't have more than 2 of the same War Scroll. So Dan has too many rats. Sorry, Dan, if you're watching, you'll have to have another crack at that one, mate. I know that'll be tricky too. I know we've had chats about Plague Monks being a little bit tricky. Hopefully the new book gets that sorted out for you. But a bit of a tweak. Just as planned, just as sneaky and scaveny would be. To have a quick tweak around with this one, I think.
Cheeky Dan trying to scurry cheat his way to a cheeky W.
That's it. All right, very cool. That would have been very fun though, because that's a lot of units.
I'm just trying to think of like what else he's got in his Skaven collection that we might see in the.
All I'm gonna say, Dan, is Plague Claw catapults, my man. I've told you time and time again, they are just ultimate top tier. They are the best. Yeah, sensor bearers, pretty cool.
Globadiers.
Yeah. He'll come up with something cool. Dan is a freaking epic hobbyist. And a master of staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning to get shit done. So he'll no doubt have a plan there. Kieran Hunt, he was one of our later sign-ups, and his logic behind this list is it's their models I have finished.
Hell yeah.
And I like that attitude. So he's got a Chaos Lord and Karkadrak over here with Mark of Nurgle. That's pretty cool. A Chaos Sorcerer Lord with Mark of Slanesh. That's interesting.
And then everyone's Nurgle except for the Sorcerer Lord.
Yeah. Well, I guess that gives you the Mask of Darkness spell, I think. Which I assume is good. 5 Chaos Knights, 5 Chaos Knights. That's cool. So Chaos Sorcerer Lord is like the poor sucker that's going to have to hoof it around.
Yeah. Just cast a spell and fly around. I'm sure that they can use Metamorphosis and get some monster wings or something like that. Yeah. Fly around. Keep up with everyone. Love Chaos Knights. Models are so good. Absolutely. So good. Those Couched Lance ones specifically, I'm a huge fan of. They're going to be kind of tanky. Hopefully you get to get them where you want them, when you want them, so you get those charges off for the Lancers.
Yep. I think that'd be fun. 8-fold Doom Sigil will be cool. There's a nice big blasty endless spell for some damage. That'll be fun.
And again, you've sort of got you're missing out on infantry, but you just put your infantry on a horse and call them a Chaos Knight. So you kind of got that Tinyhammer thing going on.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
You've got
Bear, you can't
boss,
double
hero.
or triple reinforce in this because one of the other restrictions for Tinyhammer, or is for just 750 games in general, is that you've only got one reinforcement slot to use. So it'd be one unit of 20, and then whatever else he can squeeze on in a scaveny way. So it'll be very cool. So our list over here for Dan, he's getting 11 out of 10 on the sneaky scale for me.
Yeah.
And Kieran Hunt's getting 1 out of 1 really tired Chaos Sorcerer Lord having to walk everywhere.
Yeah, you get a bunch of a bunch of Heath Ledgers from Knight's Tale, and a bunch of broken lances with your big Knight Charge.
Maybe.
Please deploy them in like arrowhead formation.
Oh yeah,
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah. No like crip walking Chaos Knights. They've all just got to like charge properly.
Yo, what the hell is crip walking?
All right.
Hell yeah.
That's it. That's everyone.
There's some cool stuff in here. There's some
very cool armies. Everyone.
Quite looking forward to seeing how some of these work. I'm really keen to see Nick's squigs, how they bounce around the board, and I want to see on average how far they move per game across the multitude of games that they play. I think that's going to be fun. Dave Hurley's a decent cluster of dragon ogres. Bring in the lightning.
More than 3 dragon ogres is a good amount of dragon ogres.
Yes. I think those are my standouts. I think I love Marcus's background for his Caradron expedition.
Yeah, that's got a nice flavor to it. I like that.
I'm real excited.
Struggling to avoid the spoon. Some vicious lists in there. Who are you, Killy McGee?
Skaven.
Oh, is that you, Shem?
Yeah.
Ah, sick. Very cool. Awesome, man. Well, good luck, mate. I look forward to seeing your, are you going to do a sick little faction breakdown for me for this one? Give me the full tournament treatment. Give me all the specs and stats. Oh, very cool. It'll be great to have you, mate. Very cool. If I had to pick a list, Dan and his corn. That's gonna be it for me. I want to see. I played a Tinyhammer practice game against Dan in like a doubles kind of format recently, and I threw Indrastar at Skylar Anglefrim, and Indrastar just kind of like dropped her spear, kicked him in the shin, and like just pissed him off enough for him to get a couple of bonus attacks, and then he just fucking pulled her wings off, smashed her head down inside her armor, and just kicked her into a million years. Her blowing up did more damage to him than she did, and then Anglefrim proceeded to just beat his chest and smack more things.
That's the way.
Very cool.
That's the way.
And Wrathmongers are amazing. I've always loved Wrathmongers. Scar Bloodwrath coming back to life could be absolutely game breaking. So I think that's really, really cool. So that'd be
Chad, did you have any standout lists? I want to know your opinions.
Yeah, give us a holler. Let us know your fave.
On the old Beast Facebook page.
That's it.
Or the event.
The Tinyhammer event page. If you haven't already, make sure that you have actually liked the Beasts Gaming page as well. That's where you'll see all updates for all upcoming lists, all upcoming events rather, which would be very cool. I think
is there a Buybuster army? Yeah, I believe
there will be a
so.
dedicated Buybuster. I wanted to I'm gonna make this one big screen.
That's something that we were talking about before. We've got someone lined up or in mind.
That's it.
I say we like I'm helping at all with this.
You've been great. You were a great help tonight. We were frantically editing this together like an hour before I went live, so I would have been very sunk without you. I'd be just making up people's army lists and talking about them, which I think would be pretty good too. So a bit of a shout out. Can you see that on the screen? Do I have the wrong screen zoomed in?
Yeah, I can see Tinyhammer list review show.
That's cool. I want to show the other one right now though. I want to show...
Tim's art is so cool for this. I love it.
Tim's art is awesome. What about that one? Does that show the other one?
Guess we gotta wait. I'm trying to look in the reflection of your figure case and see what you're looking at.
Well, I'm pretty sure... Oh, I can just click my little... Yeah, there we go. That's showing the one that I want to see. So I want to give a big shout out to our huge, quite frankly, astoundingly large team of sponsors. I was quite blown away by this. It was very, very cool. First off, Ainsley's group for actually letting us host the event there. They've done an amazing job accommodating us to all. I would recommend everyone sign up to be a member at the club. It's $5 to join. You will make that back on the first day in the amount of money that you save at the bar or at the restaurant. Where the bistro with all their dietary options there. Would be hard pressed to not eat every vegan option on the menu. They all look delicious. Ronin Games very generously came on board with 200 smackaroos worth of gift vouchers. Bunch of that's going to be going to the trivia on Saturday night, which would be very cool. You could get yourself a tentacle maker like I did the other day.
I was tempted to grab one of those last time I was out.
Yeah, right. I opened it up and I was like, I have no idea how this works.
No, I will be. I'm saving my money to head out to Ronin to get the 40k Magic the Gathering Commander decks when they come out.
Yeah, that'll be real cool. Ronin's going to get into some gaming spaces for Age of Sigmar and 40k as well. So if you keep your eyes peeled on their Facebook page for updates like that. Tagged events have been our all-time supporter of events and long-time friends of the club. Andrew Hollis and Tagged Events are a fantastic group of people. If you can think of it for event support, they'll be able to make it happen. I can boldly assume that no matter what it is, they'll be able to sort it out for you. Be it t-shirts, stickers,
dog tags,
custom tarot cards, you freaking name it. They'll be able to get it sorted. Leadbear's Tufts. This amazing gentleman proudly lists on the website that they make all of the tufts on Mrs. Leadbear's kitchen table, much to her dismay, which I think is fantastic. So they'll be given a bunch of made-to-order custom tufts. So we'll be handing out little vouchers for them. And you'll let them know whatever vouchers, whatever sort of tufts you want, they get them sent across. Miniature scenery, as well as providing the funky dice jail, which will come with any dice that get left behind at the event are going in that dice jail as well, so you'll win everyone's lost dice. They're also providing the table borders for the event, so you'll be able to win yourself some of those. Heralds of War of CanCon fame, running Call to Glory, which is back in 2023. That's going to be huge. I'm pretty sure I heard Clint saying he's going for 700 players. Is that right?
Jesus Christ.
800? Hashtag make it 900. It's going to have a lot of players, which will be really, really cool. Heralds have been instrumental in building the competitive Age of Sigmar scene in Australia, and I don't think would be at the point where I could run silly events like Tinyhammer without them running a whole lot of super serious events like Call to Glory and building up a really cultured, seasoned player base.
Very good community. Fostered a very good community, which I can very confidently vouch in.
Absolutely. So they'll be helping us out over the event with providing their enormous garage worth of scenery so that I'm not sleepless every night painting scenery for this, which is why those silly rocks that I posted months ago are still half painted, because I haven't had to stress about it, because Heralds are hooking us up with the loan of a lot of their scenery, which is great. Speaking of scenery, we've got Table War. They've come on board. Really awesome group. I'd like to mention that all of our sponsors are Australian-based companies, which is really cool. Like to support those within our own borders, which is great. Table War are the creators of the original Fat Mat, and I'd pick up that huge box over there in the corner of my room, show you, but it's really heavy. But it's got
Look
a
at that.
whole heap of battle mats in it. One of which is specific Tinyhammer sized, and we'll be going home with the winner of for that particular prize. But we're going to be playing on a bunch of their mats for the weekend, which will be really, really cool, really good quality, really good range, really good price as well, and shipped from here in Australia.
Yeah, I was gonna say like shipping from within Australia, enormous, enormous.
I've seen some people like grab some really cool mats from overseas and pay like more than they paid for the mat just in shipping. So you're like, unless you're getting like 15, 20 mats, can be a pretty tough one. Whereas yeah, table war, they've got like a flat, I think it was like $25, $15 or something shipping.
That's hardcore. With how big mats can get and how heavy they can be.
They're so awkward.
There's nice neoprene ones.
Yeah. So that's real cool. Big shout out to Tinyhammer that came on board after me and their owner like playing email tag. My emails got stuck in their spam folder, and then their reply emails got stuck in my spam folder, and then we both had a bit of a laugh about it, but we managed to smash some stuff in Express Post, and we got it hauled across the country from Adelaide, which is super cool. And that'll be here for the event. Tinyhammer make as well as cool little like acrylic gadgetry to help with remembering your grand strategies and which battle tactics you've chosen and victory points and all that sort of stuff. They also make heaps of laser cut MDF scenery. In particular, I really like their City of the Damned range, which is very Mordheim-esque.
Yeah.
What I like about it is they've got like these really big cool buildings that are all smashed in, and they're perfect for using as garrisonable keyword scenery, where you can just put 2 or 3 models in that scenery, like my dudes are in that house. And I think that's really cool. I think garrisonable scenery isn't something that we see enough on tables, and more important, I don't think we see scenery that represents garrisonable scenery enough. So scenery that actually represents that at a really good price as well. They do the Damned Scenery Train Pack, where you get all 3 types for like $90 or something. So that's pretty damn nice. And that's very, very cool. So big thanks to all our sponsors. A big thanks to all of you for tuning in to tonight and for buying tickets to the event and supporting us through that way. Big thanks to Sean, my beautiful co-host, looking above me there.
Hello, Matt. How are you down there?
Oh, how's the weather up there? Big thanks to Tim, who if you look up above Sean, if you point up, yeah.
Holy shit! Look at that.
Up there, that awesome little,
fucking good that looks.
mad little goblin logo. I can move it. I can bring it down. There you go. It's cooler than us. Let's just put it there. Now it's over there.
Wait, hang on. Which way? You point it.
No, that way.
This is hard. How do they do it?
Whoa! Oh no, I'm going the right way. Anyway, drawn up by Tim. Really cool artist, does some really cool missions. He's going to GammaCon.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He'll be a stall holder at GammaCon in a couple of weeks. So go buy some cool merch off him. Go buy some stickers. That'll be a sticker. That little Tinyhammer symbol. That'll be a cool little sticker. You can put it in your car.
Put it on your figure case.
You can put it on
your touring guitar case.
That's it. Put it on whatever you want. Which is very cool. Alright, it's enough rambling out of us. Thanks for joining. Thanks to Sean. Thanks to everyone. Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks for Games Workshop for writing a really cool game. And thanks for Phil Kelly for being Phil Kelly and writing sick background.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Phil. All hail Mr. Kelly. Phil Kelly words at twitter.com.
.net. .org.
That's it. So how do I do this end of stream thing? Sean?
I'll see you guys on at the tournament. I'll play you.
That's it. All right.
Good luck.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.